Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Ron Harris here. And they just wrapped up judging over at the Chicago Pro. Some of the names we thought were going to do very well didn't do so well. Had a couple surprises. Let's take a look at some of the footage together, shall we? First call out was 8 guys. Rarely have I ever seen that. Look how sped up. This is from Nick's Strength and Power. Thank you, Nick. Mohamed Foda on the very left, then Tim Budisheim, Standilongu, Nathan Epler, Hassan Mustafa, Sarhan, Vlad Sukhoruchko, and Liang Yan. Massive line. You never see 8 guys in a first call out. This was very, very different. Which leads me to believe the judges were just so overwhelmed with some newer faces that maybe the American judges weren't even familiar with. This is the first time competing in the U.S. for a couple of these guys. Mo Foda, I don't think, has ever competed here in the U.S. Most American fans aren't even aware of him. You can see him being put in the middle there. We're going to look at the top 4 in the middle. Liang Yan, the gentleman from China in the purple trunks, never competed in the U.S. before, doing very well as an open guy. He had turned pro, I think, at the Romania Amateur Olympia. Giles was there, and then he did the pro show the next day, not as a 212, but as an open. I think he got like 4th or 5th. Anyway, this is a huge first call out. The judges were trying to get a look. Some guys that I thought were going to make that call out based on what I saw. Jordan Hutchinson, who I neglected to mention in the preview that I did with Giles yesterday, but Jordan looked phenomenal. Kind of shocked he wasn't in that. Phil Clayhar wasn't in that first call out. Slavoj Bednar. But now let's look at the top 4. This is what it came down to, guys. This is going to be your top 4. So Hassan Mustafa, unfortunately, the best he's looking at now is 5th place in a best-case scenario. So Nathan Epler, former top 4 Olympia guy. Yeah, wasn't he 4th? Yeah, he was the 2021 New York Pro 212 champion, 5th place that year at the Olympia. Took some time off and moved up to open. And what an open debut for him. Mohamed Foda from Egypt, now living in Dubai. They're in the red trunks. This is a guy Giles and I were both going bonkers over yesterday in the preview because he reminds us in some ways of Hadi, but with a little better shape and structure. Obviously, Hadi's got a little more muscle and a little more density and detail, or a lot more. But he looked great. The tan, not so great. Tan was lacking. He does have a couple hours to fix that for the finals. Yes. Thank you, Nick Strength and Power, for the footage. Guys, if you're not subscribed, go to Nick Strength and Power and subscribe. Vlad Sukhoruchko, who I have yet to see in person. That's not true. He did qualify and compete at the Mr. Olympia a couple of years ago, but he did not make the finals, or he didn't go to the finals. He was sitting in the audience with Giles. And Tim Budisheim right there on the right. Tim, with a very strong 2nd place in Vancouver, was one of the favorites for this. I had both Vlad and Tim in the thumbnail for this, along with Mo Foda. So I had 3 of these 4 guys in the thumbnail. The one I had that was not here was Hassan Mustafa, but of course I didn't know that he would be off his condition and Nathan Epler would do so well. But Nathan, as a lot of these former 212 guys who move up, beautiful shape and structure, and conditioned out of his skull. So let's look at some more of that. One more. This is just a different shuffling of the guys. Like I said, Mo Foda, if he doesn't win, I'm going to say it's because of his tan. Because Sukhoruchko there, Vlad Sukhoruchko, gentleman from Ukraine, also living in Dubai. Everybody's over in Dubai these days. Just a big guy with pretty decent shape. Gets in excellent condition. Look at those quads. Look at those delts. He's a massive guy. Budisheim looks phenomenal. Foda, man, Foda really blew it with the tan. I don't know how he could have made such a rookie mistake. He's not a rookie. He's been at this for a few years. But Nathan Epler, what a strong debut as an open bodybuilder today. So based on the way they kept shuffling these guys around, you could see they keep Nathan and Tim on the outside, and they're really just moving. They moved them from one side to another, but they kept Mo and Vlad in the middle here again. And that's probably going to be what it comes down to for the win. I don't see Nathan beating either of these 2 guys. Tim, I wouldn't be totally surprised if Tim pulls ahead and can pull it off. But wow, Foda, oh man, Foda's got a tremendous physique. Look at the shape. They all look great in that lat spread. This was a really good top 4. We're gonna go to some Instagram because Instagram's got a plethora of other other footage from the audience and photos and stuff like that. And then we'll go to your comments. So they are going to rejudge this. I think the finals start in like 20 minutes. So these are long days with the Tim Gardner shows. They're 3 days and nights it took them to go. And this is the final day, third and final day of competition at the Chicago Pro, because they also do an amateur show with it. And they do Pro Masters, every Masters division you can conceive of. But look at the conditioning. Everyone's in great shape there. The top 4 guys, they all nailed it. Foda, I'm not crazy about that rear lat spread. Let's go to some other footage, shall we? Let's go. Should we go to who's the best bodybuilder? We'll go down the line with all my favorite Instagram people, my Instagram contest coverage guys and girls. I assume they're all guys, but you don't want to assume. Okay, so let's go to who's the best bodybuilder. This is basically the same footage we just looked at. Chicago Pro. I don't know what that is. There's some more stills. What is that? Oh, I don't have the right one. Sorry, guys. Take that off. There we go. Okay. So here we go. This is from the Instagram page, Who is the Best Bodybuilder? And this is just still frames from the still captures, screenshots from the live stream. See, really take your time and compare the top 4 here. This is definitely your top 4. Here's some, looks like cell phone footage of the live stream off of, I don't know where this came from. So here's Vlad. So Vlad doesn't have the most narrow waist, but he's huge. He reminds me of a little bit of Amir Marajic from Germany, another young, big guy. Better legs than Amir, though. Vlad, one thing that does seem to hurt him is his posing. It's awkward. He seems to struggle with his posing. A really good poser makes it look easy and effortless, and they just look like they're having a great time up there. You could tell Vlad, looking at him, he's got to think about everything. Seems a little uncertain, doesn't always keep his midsection sucked in like you need to. But the physique itself, tremendous. There's no denying that. He's looking to make sure his calf is still there. It's right there, dude. It's right there. Yeah, this is obviously a little blown out, the footage here. Let's move on to the next guy. So this was Hassan. I won't say Hassan blew it. This is his second attempt to make the Olympia. He got 5th place in Toronto. Like I said, the best case scenario, because we know that group we saw is the top 4. Best case scenario, he's looking at 5th place. There is no point system this year except for wheelchair division. So you can't even get to Olympia on points, and 5th place doesn't give you a lot of points anyway. It took Hassan 3 shows last year to qualify for the Olympia. So there's still hope, guys. We still have some shows coming up that he might hop into, because he's not getting his Olympia qualification today, unfortunately. He might go to Dubai next weekend. And we have Tampa, Texas, and I think Italy and UK Pro are the last 2 chances to qualify. So Hassan Mustafa fans, it's another rough day for you, but hopefully he pulls it off for his next outing and gets it like he did last year. Last year, third was a charm. Here's Mohamed Foda from Egypt, a guy I know a lot of the U.S. fans aren't familiar with, because I wasn't familiar with him. I'd heard the name, but only until fairly recently did I start following him and realize, wow, this guy's really, really good. And I'm pretty sure I've never seen him compete here in the U.S. before. I believe this is his first U.S. appearance. Obviously, everyone in Europe, Middle East, the rest of the world knows who he is. American fans now, I think we've all been served notice about Mohamed Foda, how great he is, the great potential, great shape, structure, symmetry, not lacking body parts. Conditioning is really good. Like I said, the tan was hurting him. I think that's the end of who's the best bodybuilder. Yeah, I guess Sadiq blew it. So that was who's the best bodybuilder. We go on down the line to buys and tries. Another great footage. Okay, so this is some Gilco. Looks like some Gilco footage here, Vlad. That's looking good. Yeah, see how much better everyone looks with the better footage? It's just the difference with the lighting and the resolution of the camera. Like I said, yeah, Vlad, it's not a perfect shape and structure, but and look at I wish he was just better, more masterful at presenting his physique. He does not do a great job. He could improve that with a good posing coach, someone to just work with him and get him to really nail those mandatories and the transitions. So it doesn't look, you never want to look awkward up there. You never want to look like you're sort of struggling to figure out what's going on, or your hands are slipping. And it's just not, it doesn't look professional. And these guys are professional. It's the same exact footage we saw from, with a much, much better camera and resolution. So Bison tries asking Vlad Sukhoruchko prejudging, can he win? Well, there's two guys that can win right now. They're keeping them in the middle. So if you're putting your money on either Mohamed or Vlad, chances are you're gonna come up a winner. One of those guys has got this. Yeah. And someone says, yeah, especially if Mo Foda isn't getting a better tan. I agree. If he does not fix that tan, if he comes back to the finals where they do confirmation round and rejudging, and you do have a chance to make up points. So if he was a little behind Vlad at the judging, he could pull ahead of him at the finals during that confirmation round, but not if he comes in with that tan. But I'm sure everyone's been commenting and posting about his tan. I'm sure he's well aware of it, and he's going to fix it. So Vlad in the running for the win. Sideways, I don't like sideways. This was the classic division, and this guy on the left, Carlos Domar, he won. Very impressive. So here's Hassan. We saw Hassan. We don't need to show. This is all the same footage we saw. Somebody else. Sherry Priami, did she win? No, I don't know. All right. So that was Bison Tries. Bodybuilders Without Borders. Let's go to Bodybuilders Without Borders. They always have some good stuff. Oh, it's sideways Bodybuilders Without Borders. I don't like that. How dare you? Did I already look at that? So this was somebody from Brazil. I assume he was in the two. Yeah, he was in the 212 top four. That has not finished up the 212, but I believe Bo Lewis was the one they were looking at for the win there. This is more footage of Mo Foda. Like I said, that the tan is making the lack of a tan, the lack of a color is really making his conditioning look lesser than it is. He would look a lot sharper. He is a lot sharper. Like I bet if you saw a picture in his hotel room from this morning, he looked way sharper than this, because you don't get the bright stage lights washing you out when you don't have proper color on. So he's probably going to put another coat or two of tan on and come back with a much, much better stage color. I say tonight, but I believe they're coming back like very soon. Although Men's Open will be the last thing they do. Sideways again. That was top 2 or 3 in the 212, guy named Mike Condell. Not familiar with him. Big Bo Lewis from the 212. Yeah, Bodybuilders Without Borders. He's got Bo Lewis winning. I mean, he almost won last week. He took a runner-up to Kareth Baggio. I think he was a little sharper last week. I think he might have faded just a little bit based on what I'm seeing here. But it's probably enough to win. I mean, the only guy to beat him last week was Kareth Baggio. And this is a while ago. No, what was this? This is going on in Brazil right now. Okay. Yeah, Brazil is always, there's like a pro show in Brazil or every other day. All right, so that was Bodybuilders Without Borders. The last one we'll go to is AJ. AJ, you guys remember from MD Global Muscle. He's focused in here on Foda. The tan doesn't look too bad from this iPhone footage here, because it's different. The iPhones pick up the lighting a little bit differently than those professional cameras do. It also depends on where you're sitting and where the lights are. There's so many factors. But you can see if he was as dark as Vlad, well, Vlad's got much better. I like his back better. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm seeing on Foda that I would really want more of is his lats are very high. There's nothing going on down there, where Vlad's got lower lat insertions, so he's got the thickness in the lower lats just because his lat muscles are longer and attached lower. Yeah, I would give that shot. The back shots to Vlad. Conditioning looks about equal. Again, it's the color. Vlad's just a really big, wide guy. He's a kid. I think he's like 27 or 28, 26. He might even be like 26. What else they got? It's Vlad again. We've seen Vlad. It's Mo. We've seen Mo. Okay. Well, there's Andrew Jack. Last one we'll go to is Gilco. Gilco Productions. These are the guys that do the pay-per-view. Well, they do. I don't know. Do they do the pay-per-view? This was a great still photo they shot. There's Stanimal, Nathan Epler, and Hassan. Everybody looks great in these shots because these guys, Mitchell Gilbert and his brother, they are phenomenal still photographers and videographers. So this was classic judging, first call out. So the guy that won was gentleman on the left, Carlos Domar. I think they have individuals. Coach Cello. So here was the Chicago Pro winner. I'm pretty sure he won. Carlos Domar. I like that he wore his glasses on stage. As someone who wore glasses myself, but I wouldn't wear them on stage, so I couldn't see Jack. I was looking out at the audience, the judges. It was just a big blur. Maybe that's fine. It doesn't really matter. As long as I could see where I was going. I'm not that blind. But Carlos looks great. Look at the conditioning. Beautiful shape on him. Like a classic guy should. You see those cross striations of his triceps when he flexed them out there? Quality muscle. Quality muscle. Detail everywhere. No bloofiness. Nice tight midsection, hits the vacuum. Yeah, I've seen this guy a couple times. I'm a fan. And I'm not going to make some prediction like, oh, he's going to be top 5 at the Olympia. Olympia's tough, guys. We don't know who's going to do what at the Olympia. This is Austin Espy, who's won a couple shows this season. Austin looks really good. I could see the arms need to come up. They look good in that shot. The front double is where it exposes a lot of guys if you don't have phenomenal arms. They look great in these other shots. I'm sure he was in the first. I didn't watch it. I'm sure he's in the first. He's up in that upper group. Yeah, great conditioning. You always look to the glutes. If those glutes are strided like that, they're shredded. This men's physique. Abise Peters. This was Sadiq, who was the heavy favorite to win, but midsection was all washed out. Naturally beautiful. Who is that? That is Cherish Richardson. What a great name, Cherish. So I go back. Anybody else we want to look at there? For you wellness fans, it's Dr. Sunny Andrews. She's about 4'11", 5 foot. She's very short, which as a shorter guy myself, I appreciate that. Thank you, Sunny, for being short. People do talk, they speculate about the authenticity of her glute development, which you get that in a lot of the wellness girls. Or is it real, or is there some injection or implants going on? I'm not singling her out. It's something that, because that division is so focused on that one body part, the lower body in general, but the glutes in particular are what wellness is known for. It would make sense that some women would want to enhance that, but I'm not saying anything. I don't know what Sunny does, but she's got another win under her belt, so to say, and she is headed to Olympia. So congratulations, Dr. Sunny. Dr. Ruth, no relation. Autumn Swenson, the wife of bodybuilder Brent Swenson. Swanson or Swenson? Oh boy. Now I have to see because I don't want to look stupid. Swanson, like Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec, if you guys watch that show. Okay, I think I'm going to stop the screen and go to you guys and see what you have to say. We'll go back to the judging and let's go to your comments, guys. Here we go. Right. Didn't see this one coming. Yeah, Jen, I was just going to do the finals, and I said, what the heck, why not? I'll do a little commentary on the judging, because it was interesting. It was certainly 3 out of the top 4 I had in my thumbnail, so it's not like this was a crazy surprise. But of course, we assumed Hassan would be in top 5. We assumed he's had 6 weeks. Hassan Mustafa, I'm talking about. He's had 6 weeks to get leaner since Toronto. Toronto was 5 or 6 weeks ago, and he's a little sharper, but not a lot sharper. When was Toronto? Oh, Toronto was June 9th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's had 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Guy in the orange isn't good. I don't know who the orange was. Guy in the red is great. I think you were talking. I think you're talking about Mo Foda. Yeah, he is great. I mean, teal. Teal is Vlad. Oh, the guy in the teal. That's Vlad Sukhoruchko. Put teal first, Tim second, orange third. I think you mean red. Maybe it looks orange to you. Or maybe it's orange, it looks red to me. Yeah, it looks to me, though, from the fact that they kept him on the outside and they didn't have him in this. When there's 4 guys like this and 2 of them are in the middle, typically that means that's your top 2. If you're going to be second, they don't usually leave you on the outside. And they weren't giving everyone a chance to be in the middle. So that leads me to believe. But things change. There is confirmation round. There's rejudging. These things do change. So we could see it. We could see a big upset. You never know. But I do think it's going to come down to Vlad. Vlad here in the teal or Mohamed Foda in the red. Jacob Catella, Mo has the best physique, but Vlad will win because of polish. Vlad's definitely got a better stage color, a better tan. He's not a better poser. I think his presentation hurts him a little bit. I mean, he would, if he presented his physique better and posed a little more, I don't know if gracefully is the right word, but just smoother. I think that would help him out. I think that would seal the deal for him. Shut the door, as we say. Mo from the back is so small. Yeah, I agree that Mo needs to improve that back. From the back, he is not as impressive. In the front, those quads are just nuts. It's crazy. But yeah, his back shots, they're not impressing me. Play it back, yeah. Mo does have great shape. His size shouldn't give him second. He should put 10 pounds back. I agree. Moving forward, like people, Giles and I were talking about Mo and saying, well, this guy's potential top 10 at the Olympia right now. He's that good. I'm changing my tune about that. The fact that I see that back needs improving. You're not making the top 10 at the Olympia with something lagging like a whole massive body part, your back. He's going to have to work on that to come back and do better. But he's a young guy. He's not even 30 yet. He's in his late 20s, so I'm sure he's got time to work on it and improve. Doesn't have a horrible back. It's just not, narrow. He doesn't have the widest clavicles. You'll see when he puts his arms down. Vlad has a wider clavicle structure. It's just the bones are wider. They're longer from left to right. You could see it. You could see it more notably in the lat spread because this is when you see the full breadth of the clavicles and the shoulder bones. Nathan could stand with a little more back too, but yeah. Dave Thomas, hope someone helps Mo out with his tan. Yeah, if he comes back with that tan, the same tan, I say tonight, but like I said, I think they're starting up again in like 5 minutes but they have all these many divisions to go through. They have like 5 divisions to get through, 6 divisions. He needs that tan fixed, but I'd be very, very surprised if he hasn't fixed that because all of us are noticing. I'm sure his team, they're noticing too. I think he's an Aceto guy, is he? Vlad has an amazing side chest. Yeah, they all have good side chests. This whole lineup looked really great in that shot. Hassan's condition is rough. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Hassan. I like Hassan a lot. He's a family man. He's a nice guy. He's thick as hell. He's done so much with what's not a great structure. He doesn't have super wide clavicles or a narrow waist and hips. That's just his bone structure. There's nothing he can do about it. He built a ton of muscle, and when he's in great shape, when he's really lean, he's so impressive, and he's won a couple shows. Mo's shape is great. Again, his back is too narrow. Yeah, the back is hurting him. Shoulder and quads look flawless. I mean, look at that. That's an amazing shot from Mo. That is a great shot. Vlad's waist, make sure he gets second. Foda's tan. Well, yeah, I mean, Vlad doesn't have a very narrow waist. You can see he's got more of a natural V-taper Foda than Vlad does. Vlad's got a lot more muscle. He's a much larger guy. He's not as pretty a physique. It's one of those apples and oranges things, mass versus shape. Not to say that Mo's a small guy. He's not a small guy. Nathan's the best looking guy up there. Nathan looks really good. I don't know if you mean handsome or like the physique is the best. Yeah, we'll take a look at some of these guys' updates, their more recent updates after this. Harrison best shape up there. Yeah, Nathan's a strong. I'd see him he's either third or fourth. So condition is pretty much equal to Budasheim. Tim Budasheim there on the right. His shape is prettier. He's got a smaller waist. got some great shots, Nathan, there on the left. Tim's a bigger, much bigger guy. I don't think Nathan took time off, and he did improve a lot. He put on a lot of size since 212. I don't know what he weighs now, but he's got a ways to go to catch up to Budasheim. Budasheim's like, I think he's about 240 or 250 on stage. Not far behind. Should be Nathan's show to win. Well, I don't see him winning, but stranger things have happened. What's between fading and spilling over? It's really the same thing. Well, fading can simply mean you're flattening out. So if your muscles are full of glycogen, you go out there and everything's pumped, like you got your pump backstage. But after maybe 10 minutes, when sometimes these judging sessions, if there's a lot of guys and it's very close, they can go long and you can lose your pump. And when the muscles aren't pushing out against the skin as much, you lose some of the muscle separation that you had, because now the muscle's not as doesn't have as much fullness and volume to it, because the glycogen is spent. It's been evaporated into the atmosphere from all the posing. Your body's used it up. Spilling over is water. Guys can just suddenly start retaining water subcutaneous between the skin and the muscle. That often happens when typically you don't see it happen during the judging, during the actual stage time. By the time they get up there, it's already happened. It's very common when guys overcarb, they carb up too much, or they eat something that their body wasn't familiar with, and they just start holding water. It's great to see Stan on the first call. Yeah, I like Stan a lot. He's a good dude. I would hope he was going to get a better look here, but he didn't. Kai doesn't mistake them glutes for a couple. Oh gosh, the grapefruit. Fading is just running out of glycogen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Reducing their volume in detail separate. Okay, if I didn't see that, I would have just clicked on that, and I wouldn't have had to say my whole spiel a second ago. So thank you, Aditya. If Vlad could keep stomach control, he's a big dude, man. He's a big dude. I'll go to the other clip. Go to that one. Okay. Yeah, and that's no excuse, because there are big guys that can keep their midsections nice and tight. Like I said, it's his posing in general. It's his presentation in general that I think he needs work on and practice on. Yeah, you see, like there, it's almost like he's sticking his stomach out while he does that shot. He looks really awkward and bunched up when he hits that lat spread. He doesn't hit every shot poorly. I mean, look at the side chest is awesome on him. The thickness, look at that. Look at the delts, the arms. He's a monster. Vlad is a freak, and he's in great shape. Nathan Epler looks the best, but maybe needs more. Yeah, I don't think Nathan's done. I don't think he's there yet. He's a work in progress. He's come a long way since his 212 days just a couple of years ago. Looks like a totally different bodybuilder now, but I don't think he's at his final form yet, nor should he be. He's a young guy. He's a work in progress. He's going to get better and better. Some of these guys that we see in the pro shows from year to year, they've looked the same for years. They're not getting any better. But then you have, especially the younger guys that are coming up, they're getting better. Like John Jewett, not that he's like a spring chicken. He's not an older guy either, but he's a good example of someone who's still, he was a 212 guy. He won a 212 show last year, and this year he just won the Vancouver Pro show at 232, 20 pounds up in a year. So some of these guys are really, really making improvements in size. And like Nathan, I think Nathan's going to be 10, 15 pounds heavier before it's all said and done. This isn't as big as he's going to get. I think he's got a little more growing left in him. Wish they could keep midsection. Yeah. Who did I want to look at? Nathan. I think I want to check Nathan's out. Yeah, and Jordan Hutchinson was really impressing me, but did not make that cut in the first call. Nathan. So I'll check out Nathan Epler with you guys for a sec. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And present. Okay, we're going to go to Nathan Epler's Instagram now. Okay, so here's that great shot, a Gilco shot. Nathan in the middle there of this group. This was him in his hotel room with his coach. The coach is pinching his ass, show you how thin the skin is. This is one day out in the hotel room. There he is getting tanned. Yeah, he rocks that mustache. Not everybody can. Some people look ridiculous with a mustache. Look at the shape. Look at those coconut delts. Tiny waist. Yeah, Nate looks really good. This, if he ends up fourth, he's either third or fourth, and that is nothing to be ashamed of. And he's competing with his wife, right? Is she in the is she a pro or is she in the amateur show? I don't know. Well, his wife looks great, so it doesn't matter whether she's a pro or not. Who cares? That was just a contest flyer. Yeah, look at that. They had 3 days, 18, 19, and 20th of July. Long ass weekend for these people. That's a shot from tanning, liquid sun rays. Yeah, I'm just showcasing Nathan here because, like I said, he wasn't really on my radar. I remember him as a 212, and he was not. He had great shape and everything as a 212. 212, but he wasn't big enough. I knew he had to fill out his frame and go open if he was going to, because he was already close to the limit. I think he's like 5'8" or over 5'8". So he did it. He's the owner of a gym. What's the name of the gym? I got to go up here. He's in Indiana. What the heck did I do? Oh, I need to do this. Yeah, he is the owner of, here's his gym, American Muscle Factory, in somewhere in Indiana. I guess if you're in Indiana, you'd know about it. You'd know all about it. So Indy, I'm surprised the Indy Pro Show doesn't have the men's open anymore. Let's look at one more thing at Nathan, and that'll be good. Yeah, here he was back at his gym a couple days out. Yeah, that's good enough. So, yeah, back to your comments, guys. Nate has a clean, fresh-looking physique, very proportional, nothing lacking, just more mass. Yeah, not a lot more. I think, like someone said, 6 to 8. I'd say about 10 more pounds. 10 more pounds of muscle is a lot. It's substantial. Looks to me, I don't know what the weight is. I don't know if any of you guys know for sure what his weight is. He's up, it looks to me like a good 15 pounds in stage weight at least. So another 10 would make a massive difference. I think he'd be done. You know, I don't see him needing like 20, 30, 40, a lot more mass. Just enough so that he can stand next to a guy like a Budesheimer or Vlad and not be really out-muscled, because he's getting out-muscled now. These guys just have more size in him. He's got the shape and structure and the condition. All those are on point. John Jewett says, "By was Aiken Grove sucked down to your surpass." Thank you, Wayne. And guys, yeah, if you haven't watched that podcast with John, it's on this channel. It's a Raw Online Report. Great one. I was hoping it would get some more views because he's a cool guy. I just thought it was such a good interview. I wanted more people to watch it. So please watch that. I also got one on there with Kareth Baggio. Let's see. Nathan should be the winner of today's show. I mean, it depends on your preferences, what your opinion on what attributes should have more priority over others. So if you're a big shape fan, conditioning freak, I don't know, the other guys have good conditioning. If you're just more about shape, yeah, you would go for him. But that's more like has a higher priority in classic. So in open, typically, if you have a lineup where 4 guys are very close like they are here, take a look at that again. Yeah, shape-wise, he's got the best shape. I don't know. Foda's got some pretty nice shape to him. But he's getting outmassed. Foda's thicker. Vlad's much thicker. Tim's much thicker. So, you know, you don't just always go. The shape guy has to have comparable mass, and he doesn't really compare yet in terms of mass to these guys. But he's holding his own. He's not getting – it's not like he's tiny. He's not a small guy, Nathan. He just needs a little more. He's almost there. He's almost there. Let's see. Foda win this show. Well, if he comes back with a better tan, Yusuf, if he comes back with a better tan, he could do it. If he comes back with this same skin shade right here, and he's not any darker, Vlad, they're going to give it to Vlad. Mark my words. Mark my words. Anyway, so the finals are happening. I think they've already started finals. They haven't started open bodybuilding finals, but they have all these other divisions to get through. Take a look at the schedule real quick. I'm just curious. I'll share it on the screen with you guys. So I'm going to go to Chicago Pro competitor information. Contests. Chicago Pro. registration. Okay, so let's stop this and go to This is all live, guy. We're live. So here's the schedule. That was Thursday, Friday. So show day. So today they had their amateur show, the NPC show. Then they judged. Oh, they had a women's bodybuilding pro qualifier. So women turned pro today. A woman turned pro today in women's bodybuilding. They do that every year at this show. At this show and the Florida show, the Tampa show. At 11:30, they did women's bodybuilding, 212, bikini, and men's open. Oh, so they're already into the finals as we speak, they're already into the finals. So this is typically the order. So they were starting at 4, unless they bumped up the start time. Women's bodybuilding, 212, bikini, and men's bodybuilding. That's what they're doing now. So, okay. All right, do a couple comments, and I'm going to take off until the finals. Foda, second place. These top 4 shocked quite honestly. We expect them to be this good. Yeah, I mean, these are a lot of American fans are definitely not familiar with Foda, and a lot of them aren't even familiar with Vlad Sukhoruchko. He's competed mainly outside the U.S. He's based out of Dubai. He's done a bunch of the European shows, but I'm pretty sure, aside from last year's Olympia, or 2 years ago, the 22 Olympia, I don't think he's ever competed in the USA before. Just now, between pre and final, yeah. When I was there covering these shows for years and years, because I'm that meathead that needs to eat all the time, it was always stressful because I'd be doing the wrap-up after the judging and try to maybe get a couple interviews, but we always did at least the wrap-up with somebody, and then we had to hurry up and try to eat, go to the restaurant, try to get served and eat all your food before you got to go to finals. You got to change your clothes. And anyway, I'm complaining, but I miss those. I miss doing that, and I want to start doing that. We have some things in the works. Jen Gerisi and Hector, they're working on a sponsorship deal where we should be maybe even very, very soon back on site covering for this channel shows. So we'll see. I do need to go walk Branch. You guys want to see Branch's latest cute picture? Of course you do. Of course you do. This is all about Branch. My buppas. Yeah. Branch gets walked twice a day. He's a pretty spoiled dog. Oh, I want to show you. I want to show you this. This is a great shot. Let me show you. Liang Yang, Shuming Yang from China. He's competed a few times, but I've never seen him in this kind of condition. He's an Aceto guy. I know Aceto's working with him. But look at that. Look at Shuming. Liang on the score sheet on the competitor list. It's Liang Yan. He goes by Shuming. But look at that. He's a shorter guy, obviously. I think you can tell by the picture, but look at the thickness, the roundness. This guy is stacked. He's about 5'3" and 225 pounds. Yeah, he is huge. Great, beautiful shape. Back's not phenomenal. I didn't put the Branch. There he is. Oh, look at him. So yeah, that's Branch. That's my pit bull Labrador mix. Just got his nails clipped. He's very cute, and he needs a walk. So, oh shit. His arms are his delts. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I'll be back in a couple hours with a report on the finals. Appreciate you guys watching. Please, where's my thing to ask you to like, subscribe, and do all that crap. Blah blah blah. Subscribe, share, ring that bell. So none of these things cost you any money. You just subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit that little thumbs up as like. Share. You can share it on your social media, like your Facebook. If you're old like me, you have a Facebook. And if you ring that bell thing, notification, you'll get notifications whenever I put out videos. Whenever a video of mine drops, you'll know right away. And what's the last thing I want to badger you about is follow me on Instagram, Ron Harris Muscle. Same as the YouTube channel, easy enough to remember. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it so much. I will be back in just a couple hours with the finals, the results of the finals. We'll see. Is it going to be Vlad Sukhoruchko? Is it going to be Mohamed Foda? Is it going to be Nathan Epler? Could he pull an upset? Could it be Tim Budesheim? Stranger things happen. I honestly think it's going to be Vlad or Mo, but you never know. It could be one of those 4 guys. We're going to find out very, very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace.